The Pokemon World Championship has concluded. Let's talk about what happened at the event and how VGC players are dealing with it. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, share it with your friends, and comment your thoughts down below. So the big news, first Pokemon World Championship in Japan, and for VGC, Japanese players swept. First place for Masters, Seniors, and Juniors. That is some crazy stuff, especially with all the disqualifications that happened with cheating. Now, the thing about Japanese players, historically clean. So this is for the Pokemon 25th Anniversary Invitational. Ryota and Naoto, they had clean teams. They passed the hack check. Everyone else failed. Former world champion Wolf Glick caught with hacked Pokemon. Players Cup champion Santino caught with hacked Pokemon, which is why props to Ryota and Naoto for having clean teams. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, yeah, of course the Japanese players don't quit. It's illegal in Japan, but Japanese players cheat all the time. Japanese players were disqualified from this year's World Champions and have also been caught cheating in the past. Also, if you go onto the battle stadium, it's like 90% Japanese players anyways, and there's tons of hack teams. So just because they're Japanese players doesn't mean they aren't cheating, but it's still a good look for Japan. Now let's talk about the cheating, because more and more players are talking about receiving disqualifications or having Pokemon removed. You are texting me asking for the result. I had to play with 4 Pokemon because of the hack check. So this adds a very complicated layer to the cheating that happened at the 2023 Pokemon World Championships, because there's a lot of players talking about having Pokemon removed from their teams, but they weren't disqualified. We don't know how many players were disqualified for using hacked Pokemon. Allegedly, some players were disqualified for having 2 hacked of Pokemon in their PC box. They remain unnamed. Also, sorting the X3 players that were drops from being disqualified, kind of difficult. And then countless players having 1 or 2 Pokemon removed from being hacked. Insane amounts of cheating, and we're not going to know the extent because not everyone's going to talk about it. A lot of people are going quiet now that there's a lot of attention. But unless the Pokemon Company issues a statement because there was so much cheating or announces like penalties and long-term punishments, we're really not going to know the extent of how bad it was, but this was the worst year we've ever seen for cheating and disqualifications, and it only gets worse for Pokemon. So the follow-up is also just incredible, unbelievable from these players getting caught cheating. After coming from the other side of the world, doesn't entitle you cheating. I found myself unable to play my worlds. That's because you cheated. What is worse, no one explained what was wrong with my Pokemon. Don't cheat, and then you don't have to explain. Get your Pokemon legally. The worst World Championship Series ever, because I finally got caught cheating. And when you hover the names, Top 16 EU, Pokemon Players Cup 2 and 3, VRQ Qualifier 3, Champion, Top 64 European International Championship, Regional Runners-Up, and then also a lot of top placements. More proof that all the top players are cheating, and it's impossible to compete if you aren't. Now, I've already covered a lot of this. If you've missed the coverage, check it out in the description down below. You don't have to watch all the videos because I do repeat myself quite a bit on the players that have gotten caught cheating, just kind of elaborate more on it. But if you want to get a better understanding of how deranged and toxic the Pokemon VGC community has been about this, go watch a couple of those videos. Also, share them with everyone you know because this is massive. So yeah, disqualified from Worlds on 3-1. Just peace sign, chilling, even though it's like, wait, you're at Worlds. You qualified for Worlds. You have top 8 Players Cup, top 8 in regionals, and you have disgraced the game by being a proven cheater. And then everyone just kind of like, sorry to hear it, man. Another way you know everyone in VGC is cheating because of the camaraderie from getting disqualified. Also, you see it in a lot of these replies as well. A lot of DQs happened early on as well. DQ'd at 2-0, and this person helps Pokemon players improve with coaching, community, and a course. Learn how to cheat. Also, they have, like, you know, some kind of branding with the VGC Corner. Go to VGC Corner, get your coaching, get to Worlds like this dude did. Oh, wait, never mind. Everyone in VGC is cheating, and it's all a sham. Didn't have Legends Arceus to get the Lando. Didn't need it. If you're a VGC player, you should have Sword and Shield DLC, and you should have completed it, and you should have access to Dynamax Adventures many times over. You've had years to do it and months with the announcement of the expanded decks from Pokemon Home. And then the inability to cope with getting caught cheating. The weirdest part is that they waited till the World Championship Series to start upping their game, even though an email went out before the event saying they are bringing a more strict hack check and you shouldn't use Pokemon from other people. What did this dude do? He got Pokemon from other people. And then people just started spreading lies about how, oh, it's not fair that we're getting caught cheating. The game's inaccessible and it's pay to win because even though we're spending thousands of dollars to go to all the regional events to qualify and thousands more to go out to Worlds, $60 and some DLC on games we should already own is just too much. Pokemon Sword and Shield and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet have sold over 20 million copies each. Seems like the only people that haven't bought and played the games are the competitive Pokemon community. And even then, like, you have to buy Sword and Shield to compete in the last generation, or last year even, and you had to buy Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to compete at this. So they're just not playing the games. They're exposing themselves and lying their way out of it. Got disqualified from Worlds last round, 4-2. I cannot stop crying. So much effort put in for literally nothing. Crazy how they say, like, they put in effort when they just get caught cheating, so they just cheated. There's no effort put in, because they bypassed all the effort. New hack check makes no sense. We spend money, we need respect. Cheaters demanding respect. That is how deranged and toxic the Pokemon community is. Just completely unbelievable stuff. More people sadly got disqualified, and then was 4-0 at Worlds, and this is another story about Pokemon being removed. So that's what I mean, like, this is kind of a new one that ended up popping up on top of all the other stories that have come out, and then all the other people have stayed quiet, and then other people saying, like, oh yeah, I know people that got disqualified or had Pokemon removed or had other weird stuff happen. So it was a cheating epidemic, and so much of it happened that just like the Pokemon VGC community can't handle that they finally got busted. But it's not just Pokemon VGC. Pokemon community is just rotten to the core. So we have this. I get VGC DQs, but what is happening in Unite? Holy moly, friend got excited, took off the headset aggressively. They took 2 games as a penalty. Wait, might have been 1 game, no one knows. Yeah, in Unite, losers bracket, another team got DQ'd. So Westerners not able to respect Japanese culture and Pokemon World Championships being held in Japan. They're getting punished for it, and all they can do is cry about it. The Pokemon community is simply too bratty and entitled to function in a professional, competitive environment. And it gets even better for the disrespect coming from Western players because, again, Pokemon VGC community is just something else. So after the Japanese players swept the finals, Japanese cart luck? Crash flinches? Blind hurricane? Triple confuse hits? Must be inspected. Can't even handle the loss. So every non-Japanese VGC player is straight up cheating at Worlds, some of them just cheating so lazily that they get busted for it and disqualified, they have to cry about it, and then when the Japanese players who have a less likelihood of cheating actually win and overcome all that, they blame luck, and they also say like, yo, this is like coding and stuff. Someone said that it was possible for them to inject code to make it happen. Welcome to Pokemon. And then, as everything comes crumbling down, we have the spokesperson for VGC, Cybertron, who is a historic cheater himself back in Generation 5, trying to salvage it with all this fake positivity about how great the scene is and how inspiring the players are, even though there's just non-stop disqualifications, non-stop toxicity, and other infractions and stuff. It's insane. So, trying to praise Michael, the second place player for Pokemon Worlds. One of the most skilled single players in the world. What's crazy is he only started playing VGC 8 months ago. So we have a player coming over from like Pokemon Showdown and Smogon where they all hack anyways and then getting second place. Oh yeah, I forgot to point out that any praise for this year's Worlds is completely fraudulent because the field was gimped by having so many cheated Pokemon removed or so many players disqualified. I don't know what the amazing story is here. Pokemon isn't even considered an esport, and every other competitive gaming scene is eating Pokemon's lunch right now. Just look at EVO going crazy. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is even taking the Pokemon TCG's lunch, and the scene is so dead that a singles player can transition to VGC and then become a finalist at Worlds because all the historic VGC cheaters like Wolfie are too washed to compete anymore. and then we're not getting any new players coming in, or any new players trying to come in. They're just getting bullied out by all the washed cheaters. Amazing story. Inspirational. Brings a tear to my eye. We also have Cybertron and many other players praising SimperQ, even though they got caught cheating earlier this year. To highlight one team from Kurt's dataset, here's the first place from Vancouver, Fluttermane with 6 perfect natural IVs, also 508 EVs, maximum scale, other flaws, and then like trash bites, almost full shiny team. Disgusting. But because Cybertron is a fraud, nah, this cheater, truly something special. And of course, just random competitors posting their team, but no team code. Very suspicious. It's just so weird. The VGC community has to deny that everyone's cheating, and then when everyone gets caught cheating, they try to make excuses for it, and then at the same time, they also go, well, yeah, of course everyone cheats in competitive because it's inaccessible. So, Pokemon Worlds, it was something else, and now we just get to wait to see what Kurt finds in his hack check. So story's not over, but that is what went down at Pokemon Worlds, and like I said, we don't even know half of how bad it really was, and we probably never will. So if you guys enjoy the video, hope you all have a nice day. Thank you very much for watching.